Welcome back, everyone. So a couple weeks ago I did a video covering my fourth and most recent dividend that I received from Apple stock, and now I want to do the same from Microsoft. I just received my fourth dividend ever since I held Microsoft, particularly in my Robinhood portfolio. I have had Microsoft and the other stocks that I currently have in my portfolio for just a little bit longer in an E-Trade portfolio previously, but now I've transferred all my money in the last year all to Robinhood. I still have a E-Trade portfolio. So I want to show you my fourth dividend that I received from Microsoft, and then we'll also be looking at how much it increased each quarter. The reason I do that is to show you the power of compound interest, reinvesting your money, and how you can make your money work for you. And if you'd like to get a free stock, if you sign up with Robinhood, use my link down below in the description. You'll get a free stock valued up to something along the lines of Facebook or Microsoft itself. These could be a couple $100s. You do have to get pretty lucky, so let me know if you do receive those stocks. Most likely you'll receive something about 10 bucks, but hey, it's free money. All you have to do is just open an account. We'll just take you a few minutes. So if you want to get free stock, usually do use my link down below. If you're anti-Robinhood for some reason, then you can also use Webull. You can get a free stock with Webull, valued up to $1,400, and you can also get free stocks if you refer other people with both Robinhood and Webull, but I'll include both of my affiliate links down below in the description. So I have my Robinhood portfolio open right now, and as you could see, it is actually the majority of my total net worth. And if you are curious of how I built a $100,000 portfolio, which now it's a lot more ever since I did the video, but I'll make one when it hits like 200,000, 300,000, and thereon and thereon. But that link is on the homepage of my channel, where you can actually see how I built a six-figure portfolio all the way to the age just before I turned 19. It was like just about 19, and that video will be on the homepage. It's a staple there. It's never going away until I hit the next landmark, in which case I'll make another video. But if you want to see how I built a six-figure portfolio, step by step, how to save and budget, you can do that, see that video on my homepage. Now, my Robinhood portfolio is right now the majority of my net worth. Most of my money is actually put into this Robinhood portfolio. Right now, as of today, it was a good day, especially on Wall Street for the NASDAQ, and especially Apple, which hit yet another all-time high. It was up like 10, 11 bucks today last time I checked, and that's why my portfolio did have a nice green day today. But right now it does stand, if you include after hours, $54,873.06. But we're going to be looking at Microsoft in this video particularly. So the way you want to do that, if you want to ever see what dividend history or any history that you have, if you want to look at market or limit orders or your dividend history on a specific stock out of your portfolio, there's a way to do that on Robinhood. So the way to do that on Robinhood, I'll show you right now. All you would do is go into Robinhood, make sure that you're signed in, of course, and then what you want to do is you'll have your portfolio here on the side if you're on desktop, and you want to click on that specific stock that you want to take a look at the history of. So if we do Microsoft here, you'll click on that, and then you want to scroll down, and there's your history, right? There's your history, and you'll see your most recent purchase or dividend, and that's my most recent dividend that I received from Microsoft. Then you want to click Show More, and then you'll get all the history, and it will say right here at the top Microsoft history because you clicked on Microsoft. But here's all of the history. So here's my market buys as well as the dividends, only those two because I don't do any other kind of orders, or I haven't done anything, I haven't sold any Microsoft stock. So that's all you're seeing right now with my history is just market buys and dividends, which is all I'll be doing for a very, very long time. But if you want to filter it so that way you just see one or the other, you can do that over here. So there's orders and dividends. You want to click on dividends if you're looking at dividends. And now you'll see I received the fourth dividend here. Now the reason I didn't get one in June or the second quarter of last year, I must have not held the stock before the payable dividend date. So that's why the first dividend I received was in September. Now from this history, you can actually see I was not in time for the second quarter dividend to receive. So that's why my first one from Microsoft, at least in my Robinhood portfolio, came in September. If you look at the orders here, you can see I started buying it on exactly July 9th. So that's why I was not in time for the second quarter. I was not in time for the payable dividend date. But I have now received 4 quarters, so you can call it a year worth of dividends. So we're going to look at each dividend and also look at the increase between each dividend. Now it will only be a few dollars here because I've only held it for 1 year, not even really. However, When you're talking about in the framework of years and decades to come, this becomes very powerful, especially if you're purchasing more shares over a consistent period of time. And that's how you can build true, genuine wealth. You can build a legit income just from dividends, but you do want to reinvest them if you're looking to compound your earnings and make the maximum and most amount possible. But this is just very powerful because you can actually literally live off of dividends solely one day. You don't even need an income if your dividends have reached a certain amount. So let's look like now, let's start with September. So that was $10.12. And then exactly a few months later to December 12th, 2019, it then went to $15.30. March 12th the next year went to $17.34. Then now most recently, it jumped to $21.93. Robinhood only recently introduced fractional shares and DRIP or dividend reinvestment. So that's why I have now started to reinvest my dividends. Otherwise, prior to most recently, it was just a cash credit to my account, in which case you could just buy more shares. So what I want to do now is look at the percentage increase percentage-wise, not dollar-wise, percentage-wise. That's really the most important figure right now. So we're going to start with 1012, which went to 1530. So here's my percentage increase calculator. We started at 1012 for the first dividend, and then it jumped to 1530. You can see 1530, 1012, not very good at math, but we have this handy dandy calculator, and let's calculate it. That ends up being a 51.1858% increase from the first dividend all the way to just the second dividend. We're talking just a period of a few months. It increased almost 51.2%. That is a dramatic increase. Now let's look at the next one. Let's do 1530 to 1734. 1530, 1734. Remember, Microsoft stock did tank because of the pandemic, so that's why the dividend was not as great as it should have been, but still good nonetheless. 1530 to 1734. 1530 to 1734. What do we get? Not bad, still pretty good, but a 13.333% increase from the dividend to the next one. We are dealing with a little bit of a pandemic here with the worst market since the Great Depression, according to economists. So that's why it wasn't as big of an increase, but still, it wasn't in the negative. It still went up, and that's the true beauty of the dividends, is that you receive dividends through bad times and good times, no matter how the market conditions look. No matter how the market is doing, you still receive dividends. So now we're going to do from 1734 to 2193. So we'll do 1734 to 2193, and then for the finale, we'll do the start to finish increase. So let's calculate that. 26.5%, just about. A lot better than the 13%. Another increase, another gain there. But the real number that we should be looking at, and this is only just 4 quarters. We're talking just 4 quarters here that we saw this increase. That's it. That's not a terribly long time when you're talking about the scheme of investing. So let's look at what it was from start to finish, and we already know it's going to be more than 100% just by 10 to 2193. But 1012 to 2193, let's see it. So 1012 to 2193, that is a 116.7% increase, 116.7% increase from the first dividend received to the most recent one. So the amount of money that I've received from holding Microsoft stock has effectively doubled, and it will only continue to grow. So amazing growths and dividends for Microsoft stock and all the companies that I've held. And Microsoft has obviously appreciated over this last year. It has hit an all-time high most recently. So from the appreciation combined in conjunction with the dividends, we are talking a lot of money being built here. And I've only held Microsoft in this portfolio for not even a total full year yet. You're going to want to stay tuned to see what my stock portfolio looks like in 10 years from now, 20 years from now. That's where the real wealth gets built, and your earnings just compound, and it takes a domino effect, it takes a snowball effect, and you start making more and more and more money every year. So again, my links will be down below if you'd like to sign up with either Webull or Robinhood. Both of these platforms are fantastic free commission trading platforms where you can buy and sell securities, stocks, funds for absolutely free. You don't have to pay any entrance or exit fee, unlike you would have to with other brokers, but now there's been a brokerage war where they're racing to the bottom and seeing who could be the cheapest and best broker out there. E-Trade no longer charges fees, but these two platforms are great on mobile. If you just want to invest on the go and do it all from your smartphone, then these two platforms have a great app where you can easily and efficiently do it right from your smartphone. But I hope you enjoyed this dividend update. I'm going to be doing this for other stocks as well, so you can see how much I've accumulated just in dividends from the stocks that I own in my portfolio. And I'll also be doing more updates, say when I hit Apple for 2 years and 3 years and thereon. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up, smash that like button, and if you'd like to see more videos from my channel, I post videos every single week covering business, finance, entrepreneurship, mindset, strategy, and tips and tricks from my own experience. Be sure you do subscribe, hit that big red button, and if you'd like to be notified every single time I make a new video so that you're first in line to see it before anyone else does, be sure you do click that little notification bell as well so that we're notified every single time I make a new video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.